life goes on. Like, it's not the end of the world. And if it's meant to be, you all will rekindle in the future. And if not, not. And sometimes people are removed out of our life for a reason. Because remember, God, your ancestors, and people who watch over and protect you, they hear conversations and see things that we don't hear and that we don't see. So sometimes, instead of saying why, you just got to sit back and say thank you.
I know you got me falling from the ceiling for you. You went from the south, there was no limit to you. And I'm catching feelings, baby.
Hey y'all, it's your girl JuryahT, and we are back with another video. So today's video is going to be like a get ready with me and a girl talk. All right, so I asked people on my Instagram to send me some questions that I should talk about and some topics I should talk about on my channel, and y'all came through for your girl. Also, I also reached out to a couple friends of my aunt to send me some topics that I should talk about. And I love y'all for that. Thank you so much for, you know, supporting me and helping me come up with content for this video and topics for this video. But just a disclaimer, this video is a little bit ooh, what's going on? This video is a little bit choppy and all over the place because I'm recording on my iPhone, and my iPhone has no more storage. Like, the phone storage on the iPhone is at its max. So literally, that's why I haven't been making content as much, because a lot goes into me making one video. Like, I literally have to record a clip, upload it to my computer, delete it, then go back to record the next clip. Like, can you imagine how much time that takes? But anyways, that's enough of me talking. So now I do not have a wig cap on. Let's just get that out the way. So the first kind of question is self-care without spending money. Honestly, you don't have to spend a lot of money to do self-care. Like, I'm going to be having a video probably after this I upload it of doing at-home self-care, things that you could do on a budget. Also, it also depends on what's your definition of self-care. Self-care can mean different things to different people. Self-care doesn't only mean getting your hair, nails, and all that kind of stuff done. Self-care can mean like reading a book, taking a class. Or if you did like want to get your hair and nails done, is save for it and budget it into your income. Like, that's what I do, honestly. Like, I know the type of girl I am. I know that I like to get my maintenance done. I know that there's certain things that I like to keep up with. So I make sure that when I get paid, I put money aside for those things specifically. So I also got some questions on like shopping, how to pick out outfits, how to buy cute stuff on a budget, and what websites and stuff that I use to shop. When it comes to picking out outfits, I'll start there. It's all about like your style. Like, you have to find out what kind of style you like, what kind of look you're going for. Like, you could be going for like a streetwear look, or you could be going for like a luxe look, or you could be going for like a BBL fashion look, which there's nothing wrong with BBL fashion. That's just not my vibe. That's just not my style anymore. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, for a really long time I didn't have no sense of style. Like, I just wore like things that were comfortable to me. Also, I'll say check out Pinterest. Pinterest has a lot of good inspo ideas when it comes to fashion. And also, you could look on like TikTok or Instagram. You have like people who put like different fashion collages and stuff. To also shop on sale. Like, when they're having sales, that's when you should do your shopping. And also shop out of season. So like, when it's summer, you should be shopping for your winter clothes, and when it's winter time, you should be shopping for your summer clothes. So this way, like, everything is gonna be like discounted, because of course it's winter time. Nobody's really looking for summer clothes in the winter. So a lot of places mark down the prices. Build your wardrobe piece by piece. Don't try to that's what I'm doing right now. Like, my style has changed so drastically, and I just want to throw everything out and just start over, but like that's not realistic. So take your time, like slowly get rid of stuff that you no longer want, and then start buying little pieces and little items and to add to your collection. Also, like when you get an item, you should get something that could kind of go with like different things, like not just one look. That's how you could also expand your wardrobe on like a budget, by buying items that can go, that you could create multiple looks with. Okay, so the next question was fake friends. How to know when to cut somebody off. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the fake friends part. So honestly, friendship is one of those things that sometimes it hurts a little bit more than a relationship, you know. And honestly, you gotta understand that people grow and people change, and sometimes just because you and somebody stop being friends doesn't necessarily mean that they're fake, if that makes sense. I know a lot of times I've done it, and especially in the friendship area, I feel like I have grown and matured so much when it comes to friendships and handling situations and resolving conflict and stuff like that. Yeah, so just because you and somebody stop being friends does not necessarily mean that they're fake, right? It could just mean that you and that person are no longer compatible. Like, people grow. Sometimes you outgrow people and they may outgrow you, and that is absolutely okay. And I think that's something that needs to be normalized. Like, let's go our separate ways. Let's just realize and acknowledge that, you know what, we no longer have nothing in common, and it's just time to go our separate ways. It's no beef. It's not, oh, you did something to me, I did something to you. We just no longer fit. And there's a saying that some people are in your life for a season, and then you have people who are in your life for a lifetime. And sometimes it hurts because we want seasonal people to be lifetime people. Now, let's go into the situations now if you actually have a fake friend. Fake friends, honestly, you're going to encounter them. Like, you're going to encounter them. I pray that y'all don't, but you're going to encounter them. And honestly, I'm the type of person, like I said, I've grown so much in the friendship area when it comes to dealing with relationships. I'm the type of person, after one incident, I would just cut you off like that. You would not hear from me, and that's it. I'm not having a conversation about nothing, because you should know what you did. I don't need to explain to you what you did. We don't need to have a conversation. You did what you did, and that's it. That's how I used to be. Now I'm a little bit more I've changed a lot. Let's just say that. I'm still a little bit like, oh, that's how you moving kind of thing, but I kind of try to hear people out a little bit, and I learn to kind of let the other person give their side of the story. Because sometimes when it comes to friendship, when you stop speaking to a friend and you and that person aren't speaking, and you all haven't discussed what the issue is or why you all fell off, sometimes we tend to create our own scenarios up in our head, and then we start creating situations that probably never even happened. Or we start thinking that, oh, maybe she did this, or maybe she was hating this whole time, or maybe she was this, maybe she was that. And whole time, once you actually sit and get to talk to that person, you'll realize that it was nothing like that at all, and it was just a bunch of miscommunication, if you get what I'm saying. But for the friends who are fake, honestly, I've had fake friends, and let me tell you how I handled those situations. Those were the times where I'm not where I was now. When I was handling situations, I was just simply quiet. I will cut them off. But the one thing I will say that I do remain to do, is when I cut somebody off, I'm not talking, like I'm not saying anything, like you're not going to get a word out of me. I'm not discussing anything. And I see how the other person acts. Like a lot of the times I feel like as I've reanalyzed some situations of friendships that have fallen out, I'm like, you know, the situation wasn't that bad to where we had to stop being friends. It could have just been fixed by a conversation. But what they did after we had stopped talking, like talking bad about me, trying to throw subs at me on social media, calling me out my name, doing all that kind of stuff, that's what dug the hole for certain people. That's when certain people's true colors really start to come out. Like, it's like, oh wow, so that's how you felt about me. Like, oh wow, oh so I'm a, oh really, wow. And it just be like, see, this situation could have been handled and it could have been fixed, but now you just put yourself in a bigger hole. So now I can't rock with you. And now actually I thank you for telling me how you really feel. And that's all I really have to say about this. Just say about fake friends, honestly. Character is a very big thing for me right now. Like, just working on who it is that I want to be. Not necessarily saying that I care of what other people think of me, but I care about how people experience me. Like, I don't want when people are in my presence or when they experience me to leave with a bad taste in their mouth. So, and with that being said, I've been working on being a better friend, being a better person, just overall in general. Like having patience with people, not getting attitudes like when I'm out at a store and they're not moving fast enough. Or just if somebody doesn't understand something, I'm trying to be like more patient, more kind. I try to be a lot nicer, which I can say has worked tremendous. So the next one is dating as a millennial. I think that's how you say it. Dating as a millennial. Yeah, I cannot say that word. But dating, basically dating. I got a lot of dating questions. I got a lot of dating topics. So dating is probably going to be a huge segment in this video. So y'all, when it comes to dating, I must say my dating taste has definitely changed a lot. Like the guys I used to talk to or the boys I used to talk to, when I say they cannot even get next to me now, like I literally mean that they cannot get next to me. First things first, when it comes to dating, is it's important to love yourself. That is extremely important, and we will get into that topic in this video also. But I just wanted to make that clear that when it comes to dating, you must love yourself. That's how you start picking the right people, and that's how your standards start to form in how you stop dating people who don't even deserve your time. I've gotten to a point in life where I've realized the importance of self-worth and self-love, that like I started doing things for myself to the point where it's like I'm okay by myself, so I don't really need nobody in a sense. But then I also have my moments where, which is not true, like we could have that whole independent woman kind of thing, like, oh, we don't need a man. But deep down inside, we are like that because we just haven't found a good man just yet. So we latch onto our independence. For me, why it's hard for me to date is because I am a very mature person. Like, people do not think I'm 20 years old. Like, people who actually sit down with me and talk to me, like, they're like, I can't believe, like, I forget how old you are. Like, so my thing is finding somebody at my level of maturity and that could provide for the, I don't want to say provide, but that can meet the standards that I have set. And being that, like I said, my standards have risen, and it's hard to find a boy that meet, or not even a boy, because I don't want no boy, I want a man, point blank period. I'm in my 20s now. I don't want no little boy. Just somebody who can meet up to my standards. A lot of boys, and people my age, they're still in that whole partying phase. I'm out of my partying phase, like been there, done that. I'm not really in that phase, and I'm kind of glad I had that little phase younger, like while I was still younger, because now like I'm 20 and I'm already setting things up and I'm setting the foundation for myself, which a lot of people my age aren't gonna realize until they get a little bit older, because they're still in that whole partying phase, playing games. Oh, tick for tat. Oh, that's how he's acting, then I'm gonna do this. I don't got time for that. Like, I literally don't have time for that. I like stability, and a lot of people right now are not looking for stability, and that's okay. When it comes to dating, you got to be open to dating people like in different places, like travel. We're gonna talk about traveling in a minute, but travel, because honestly, we're looking at people that are just in our city. Like, bro, there's a whole world out there. I'm not settling for just somebody who's in New York City. No, if my husband is meant to find me, when God is ready to give me that person that is supposed to be for me, he's going to bring him. And he could be from anywhere. He could be from London, Brazil, Jamaica, Cuba. I'm not really into that, but y'all get the gist that I'm going for. So don't let people try to tell you to lower your standards, or that things that you want out of a relationship and out of a man is unrealistic, because that's not true. So the next question is how to know when you should stay single. Honestly, I feel like you should stay single until you learn yourself, until you have a sense of self-love and self-worth. Honestly, because when you don't, you kind of tend to miss a lot of red flags, which is another question that we're going to get into a little bit later. But you kind of tend to miss a lot of red flags, and you kind of put up with a lot of stuff, and we kind of tend to allow stuff that we shouldn't. And sometimes we equate our self-worth to how somebody treats us. So we'll stay in a relationship, a little longer than we should, or be with a man that we know that is no good for us, because we just feel like we're never gonna find nobody, or that we deserve to be treated how we're getting treated, which is not true. So I feel like if you don't have no kind of self-love, you really need to be single. Like, honestly, that's part of the main reason why I was single, and I'm still single, because I want to, before I get into like a real serious relationship, I want to be able to learn myself, and I want to be able to have a sense of self-love that cannot be broken by no man. You could have a supportive man, like, yeah, you should want somebody who could uplift you, that does all that. But if you don't know your self-worth prior to going into that relationship, and you just rely on him to build you up and to show him how to love you, for him to teach you how to love yourself, what happens when the relationship doesn't work out? Does everything that you learned about yourself now go away? Like, does all that self-love now leave with him? Like, that's what happens a lot of times when women don't know themselves, and they get with a man who kind of helps build them up, and then when that relationship comes to an end, the woman is back to square one, or even worse. I also feel like you should stay single if you have not healed from your past relationship yet, because when you try to get into a new relationship or a new situation, you're going to be bringing all those things that you went through in the past into this new current relationship. And I feel like you cannot hold somebody accountable for somebody else's actions. So just because the last one was a liar, was a cheater, was a manipulator, does not mean that the new one that you're with deserves to be called a liar, a cheater, and a manipulator. Because it is very hard, and it is very draining for somebody to kind of, basically what I was saying is, it's hard for somebody to fix something that they're not the one that broke it to begin with. And that's something for me, like, I know that I want to, before I get into a relationship, I want to fix myself from like past hurt, past things that have hurt me in the past, because I want to come to somebody whole, not broken, and I want that person to come to me whole and not broken. Like, I don't want them bringing their baggage from the last relationship into something new that we're trying to start. So the next question is red flags. Okay, a huge red flag to me is somebody who lies. Like, I can't deal with no liar, like, about simple things too. Like, off rip, if I find out you're lying, that's a red flag. And it's no point of us even continuing anything, because now I can't trust you. Another red flag is somebody who kind of tries to compare me to other people, or tries to compare me to their exes or who they see on social media. Like, what? I dated somebody that used to do that, and it's like, what? Another red flag would be if they're still in contact with their ex. Nope. Sorry. No. I'm not with it. Nope. I get it. You and your ex can be friends. Cool. Go ahead. Be friends. Don't let me stop that from happening. I'm just going to remove myself from the situation. Because females, yeah, it could be a situation where it's nothing really going on, but you never really know. And some females can really be like messy like that. Like, they could be petty and grimy. Another red flag for me is if the person has anger issues, like, and like their first instinct is to yell and get angry. No. Because imagine if one day you all get into a disagreement. What is he gonna do? Put his hands on you? Like, that's a red flag to me. Another red flag to me is I pay attention to somebody's character. So I pay attention to how he treats other people as well. Like, if we're out, how is he treating the waitress? How is he treating, somebody that he's not necessarily interested in? Those are things that I do look at. Just because you're not interested in somebody doesn't mean that you get to talk bad about them or that you get to like make fun of them. So that's something that I pay attention to. Another red flag for me is a guy asking me for money. Like, we just started talking and you're asking me for money. Like, no. Or asking me to buy them something. Like, no. Let me offer. Let me want to do it. Don't ask me, because like I said, that's a red flag for me. Another red flag for me is somebody who is inconsistent. Somebody who says they're going to do something but then doesn't do it. Or somebody who like switches up. Like, the energy that they had in the beginning, they're not having now. I don't like that. And once I see that, I'm gonna start to fall back, and I'm eventually going to go on about my merry way, because no. Another red flag is if you're talking and we're talking for a while and nothing has been established, and then when I finally do ask you what's going on, your response is, oh, I'm not really looking for nothing. I'm just trying to vibe. Okay, well, you could go vibe somewhere else, because like I said, I'm not interested in wasting my time. Like, I'm more into dating with a purpose, and I know I'm kind of young, but I know what I want, and being that I know what I want, I'm not going to waste my time, because me wasting time, well, that's dark. Me wasting time with somebody that doesn't even know what they want is blocking me from meeting the person that I'm actually supposed to be with. So, oh gosh, did I just mess this up, y'all? I don't know how to contour. Like, I really don't. I don't know. I was just trying this out for the video, but let me see if I can fix this and then I'll come back. Green flags. I like a guy that pays attention to me. Like, they pay attention to details, and that they remember the things that I say and the things that I like. Like, I don't have to repeat myself. Or like, they'll randomly bring up something that I spoke about like when we first met, and it'd be like, oh wow, you actually remember that. Like, that's a green flag for me. Another green flag is when a man is nice. Like, I love compliments. So compliment me. I like for a man to want to show me off, like want to be proud that I'm his girl. Like, a green flag is when a man is not insecure, who isn't jealous or like constantly question like what you're up to because you're pretty, or who tries to stop you from going places because they think, oh, other men are going to be there. Y'all, this is another thing I'm trying for the first time, blush. I don't even know if I'm doing this right, but look, however it comes out, it comes out. But yeah, I like gifts, so I like a man to buy me gifts, and I like for him to buy me something that I like perfume. I love perfume. I love perfume. If you know me, then you know. I love me some perfume. Another green flag is a man who could get along good with my family. I like that. Or like who could interact with the people that I care about, or that I could feel comfortable having around my friends. That's a huge green flag and a huge plus for me. Oh, I don't even got lashes on. Another green flag would be, I like a man who has good hygiene and who knows how to put himself together and can dress, and who smells good, and who invests and takes time in his self-care. I like that. I like a man who wants to go get his nails done, his feet done. I like stuff like that. I like a man who keeps up with himself, because that means that you're not dirty. Not only are you not dirty, but like you got some type of standards. Like you care about yourself. Like you care about looking presentable. I like that. Another green flag I would say is I like a man to have standards. Just how I'm not lowering my standards for a man, I wouldn't want a man to lower his standards for me. And a man who has standards means that he's not out here just with anybody. Like he, not everybody could just have access to him. And I like a man who's exclusive. I really like that. Like if I find that it's a man who's not really known, that's who I'm really going for. Like if it's somebody who's like hyped up about, or like everybody's eyes is on him, I'm not really gonna be paying attention to him like that. I'm paying attention to who everybody else is not paying attention to. And 9 times out of 10, the one who's not trying to steal the spotlight, the one who's not trying to be all that, is the realest one on the team. Another green flag for me is a man who has common sense, and a man who has good people around him. Like honestly, when I'm dating, like I said, I'm dating with intention. So I want to date somebody who's able to lead me, who's able to make good decisions. Because if not, how I'm gonna trust you to be head of this relationship and you're making stupid and dumb decisions? Like it's not gonna work. Also, I forgot to mention this in the red flags, but it's gonna tie in together. A red flag is a guy's friends. Pay attention to who his friends is and how his friends act, because birds of a feather do flock together. And honestly, I don't want a guy who got childish and immature friends. Yeah, you got some guys who they're not like their friends, but if the whole group is like that, you got to fit in there somewhere. And if you're not going to tell me that they act like that and are just dumbasses and you're just as smart, no. So yeah, a guy's friends, I pay attention to that. Also, a guy who is just low-key, all around low-key. I like low-key guys. I don't like nobody who's in a mix who tries to get attention. Like, no. Even like when it comes to social media, I like a guy who's not too heavy on social media. Like, yeah. Also, I like a guy that is respectful. That's a green flag. Respect. You gotta respect me. Because I'm gonna respect you. So you gotta respect me. So I'm pretty much done with my makeup. I don't really wear lashes anymore like that. I used to wear these big dramatic lashes, like the 25mm. I'm not really into lashes like that no more. Like If I do, it's like a real short natural lash now that I like to do. But as you see, I put on mascara and it looks pretty good. I just need to go get some gloss for my lips. But there is one more topic that I want to touch before I end this video, and that is self-love and finding yourself. Self-love is super, super, super important, and I'm going to make a video about this like on its own. But before the video ends, because there's a lot of questions and stuff that I didn't get to talk about, but like I told y'all, my phone situation, like with the storage and everything, so it's a little bit frustrating. But self-love is super important. Take time to really get to know yourself. I feel like, honestly, you cannot really be successful in life or in relationships or in friendships until you truly know yourself. And it is important to take that time. You know, maybe sometimes you have to step away from everything that's going on and take that time for you to get to know yourself, to get to, you know, grow as a person. It is super, super important. And I love the person that I am, and I love the person that I'm becoming. And it has took me a very, very long time to get to this point. And I'm still not where I want to be, but I am way further than where I was 6 months ago, or even, you know, a year, 2, 3 years ago. So it is super, super, super important to take time to learn yourself and to love on yourself. Date yourself. That's something that I'm doing and that I've done before, like I said, entering a relationship. I'm taking myself out on dates. I'm setting the standards for me, right, for myself, but I'm doing things for myself that I will want a guy to do. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm already creating that standard. So it's like, I know if I could go do all these things for myself, I don't need to accept the bare minimum from somebody, basically. But yeah, I just love me. Like, I love me. I love who I am becoming and who I'm going to become. I just love the growth. Okay, shout out to me. Okay, shout out to me. All right. And you know, anybody who knows me, like genuinely knows me, they see my growth and they acknowledge my growth, and I'm so grateful for that. And it took me a long time to get to this point, like, of this confidence that I have, or just even this self-love that I have. And it's a journey, and it's a journey that I'm continuing. Like, I'm not even where I want to be at, but I've come such a long way. And you can do it too. You can literally do it too. It's not easy. Trust me, it is not easy. It is definitely easier said than done, but you can do it too. There will be a part 2 coming. Hopefully when I do film the part 2, I don't gotta worry about like the storage and all that. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'm truly thankful and appreciative for you all watching and tuning in. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, you comment, and you subscribe if you haven't already. And press that notification bell so that you know when I'm uploading another video, because I'm about to be dropping some videos. Okay, content is coming. Yeah, so comment down below your thoughts on the topics that I've kind of discussed, your little input, what you think. Do you like my makeup? I think my makeup came out pretty good, especially because I have not done my makeup in like months. Like, I've really just been doing natural lip gloss and that's it. But I think it came out really, really good. Now I'm kind of upset. Like, I wish I was going somewhere, but I'm not. But yeah, I'm talking too much. But like I said, thank you all for tuning in and watching this video, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, y'all.